You didn't bring
YBN on the Mighty J on the Wu-Tang Clan. No disrespect, I don't know who that is. Okay? He said that is. Remember, Wu-Tang Clan is a group. Now, let's get to the juicy part here. I don't want to read everything, but it's saying here that on some program called Open Late with Peter Rosenberg, he sat with the YBN gang members, Namir Corday, Almighty J. They got to know them individually and stuff like that. I'm just skipping through because I want to get to the juicy part. Okay, it says the admission started during a conversation about other artists they might study. Namir said he hates being put on spot with those kinds of questions, but Jay kept it honest. I ain't gonna lie, I never went that far back. I listen to generational music, he said. If it's right now, that's what I listen to. It might be weird and stuff. People be like, you don't know the history of rap and you're a rapper? But like, I don't go back that far to listen to music. Rosenberg asked Jay who is the oldest artist he goes back to is, and Jay said Lil Wayne. Oh shit. Alright. Just in case you didn't believe Jay, people's response to Rosenberg's question on whether they were Wu-Tang's heads or Wu-Tang heads. Jay immediately shook his head and said he ain't go back that far. Following that up with no disrespect, I don't know who that is. I don't even know Wu-Tang. I do not know none of their songs or their songs. I don't even know what they look like. Wow. Okay. Now, wow. Now we see why these kids make these trashy music, these one-hit wonder songs, these songs that don't make any sense, has no substance, and that's because these guys are not following up history. Now, if you look at Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, or even Schoolboy Q, you can tell that these guys, they pay attention to music from back in the day. Now, the reason I'm doing this story is because the YBN gang, or whatever their names are, they are examples of why black folks stay at the bottom. Everybody else on this planet appreciates and values history. Marcus Garvey said, a people without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. You have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. You have black performers who are broke, always, on the road trying to make some money. Why? Because black folks don't buy vintage music. They call them old heads. They have no respect for older rappers, older R&B singers. No respect. If you go into the white community, you realize that Bono, Aerosmith, and Mick Jagger and these guys, they're still touring, making a bunch of money. Bruce Springsteen. Why? Because white people value history. Why do you think they're fighting so much to keep or to get Michael Jackson's catalog and Prince's catalog? This is why white people have their foot on our necks, because they appreciate history. They know more about us than we know about ourselves. Black folks don't appreciate history. Well, not all black folks, but for the most part. And we have these young kids now, they don't know anything about history. I've heard people say, well, knowing about history is not going to pay their bills and stuff like that. And that's why they keep getting fucked. And this is why we are on the bottom of the totem pole. And everybody else is way ahead of us. Because they study history. They even study our history. Elvis music still sells. Dean Martin music still sells. Jerry Lee, these guys, their music still sells. And then you have like Bruno Mars and these people who come and they study our music from back in the day and they revamp that music and make money. And then you have a whole bunch of black people coming out talking about cultural appropriation. But you motherfuckers don't even listen to your own elders' music. You don't. Who doesn't know Wu-Tang? Who? Even if you've never bought a Wu-Tang record, you know who Wu-Tang is. So you're telling me that YBN, they don't listen to the radio? They don't know, who doesn't know Method Man? Like really, who doesn't know Method Man? Come on, man. Black folks, this is why listen. I don't know what it's going to take for black folks to wake up. But it's going to take a fucking miracle, man. Because every day you observe black folks, you realize why our communities are the way they look. You realize why black folks stay broke. You realize why we can't get it together. We can't even appreciate our own history. We can't even appreciate the rap music that was created by our elders. These youngsters call these elders old heads. They have no respect for these guys. So of course they're not going to know the music. And that's an example of the everyday life of black folks. I'm out, man. I'm out.